Hi, I wanted to give my perspective on why Ohio State continues to dominate Michigan in this rivalry. It's the best rivalry in sports, and the only thing that may diminish it is because Michigan's just not winning. They're not upholding their end, which actually is okay with me. I don't want Michigan to uphold their end. I'm okay with beating them every year. I would like to continue to do that, but why is Ohio State winning so much? This is my perspective. Now, Michigan, they have had so many excuses. So many. I mean, it's incredible the amount of excuses, and some of what things that they've said is just so outlandish. Okay, here's the deal. After Cooper coached, and Cooper was Michigan's best friend, you owe him a lot. He always froze with Michigan. And you guys Michigan had a great record against Cooper. Well, when Ohio State let Cooper go, the average Ohio State's, many of the fans' mindsets. My fan is an Ohio State fan. My mindset as an Ohio State fan was, you can lose every game, but not Michigan. I'd rather be 1-11 with that one game. I'd rather be 1-11 as long as that one game's Michigan. You can lose the 11, but win Michigan. I mean, it sounds crazy. I mean, you can't win a national title or a conference. I mean, lose every game except beating Michigan. But see, that after Cooper coached and when Jim Tressel came, that was, I'm not saying most Ohio State fans felt that way, but a significant portion did. A significant portion of the diehards felt, and I know I did, just beat Michigan. I'd rather be 1-11 than 11-1 and have Michigan hold us back from a national title. And that's why when Jim Tressel made his famous speech and he came at the Michigan Ohio State basketball game, and he said, I'm paraphrasing, but we'll make the team will make you proud in the classroom and in the community and so many days in Ann Arbor, Michigan. See, the thing that made Jim Tressel so successful was he zeroed in on the Michigan rivalry. He knew it was about that day. He didn't say, well, we'll make you proud and win the national title. We'll make you proud and on the field with all our opponents. No, he zeroed in on Michigan. And that's Ohio State's mind frame. I mean, and that's what Michigan, I don't think, does for Ohio State. And that's why, since 2001 to 2019, Michigan's won twice. And one of those games was with Luke Fickell as a coach, was with the interim coach. So, I mean, that's a win to win. I'm not saying that's not a win, but, you didn't beat Tressel twice. You didn't beat Urban Meyer at all, and I think you might have a tougher time beating Day than Urban Meyer. Harbaugh, for being a Michigan player, I don't think he takes that approach. I mean, that approach that we have to win that game at all costs, even if we have to sacrifice other games. No, I'm not a mind reader. I don't know what Harbaugh really thinks. He hasn't really been impressive with this game, and Don Brown hasn't been. You'd think he would know Ohio State schemes a little bit better. So Ohio State taking the game a lot more seriously. Now, at this point, most Ohio State fans, I would say, well, I'd rather be 1-11 as long as that game's with Michigan, rather than being 11-1 and lose to Michigan. Most Ohio State fans, I would say, would rather go to the Rose Bowl or the national title game tournament, even if that did mean losing to Michigan. But not in the beginning, not 19 years ago. Michigan fans, after losing 8 years in a row, can you say that you would be willing to lose all your games if it meant beating Ohio State? I don't think you're at that point. And that's why you're not going to defeat Ohio State, because you don't want it as bad. And that just illustrates you don't want it as bad. Now, I mean, second reason is rivalries. Michigan, you're Ohio State's only rival. You're our rival. We put all our energy and time into you as a rival. Now you guys, you have Ohio State, you have Michigan State, and you have Notre Dame. You have three. So from our perspective, imagine having all those three rolled into one. Well, I would say it's all those three rolled into one. Then you multiply it by about 10, and then that's our feeling toward you. But you guys have three rivals. We really have one rival. And there was a point where Wisconsin was maybe becoming that because it was, and there was a time when Penn State was, but Franklin's not really the best game coach. So I think that's in play. And then lastly, the last thing I'm going to mention, the third reason, is that Ohio State's a better state for recruiting. And now, yeah, a lot of Ohio players and a lot of Michigan players historically are from Florida, Texas, California. I don't know about California, but Florida and Texas, those are the most fertile grounds. And California's fertile. That's just so far west. But Ohio is a lot better than Michigan at high school recruiting. Just at the bare minimum, Ohio has a better to choose from. And we're going to have one of those off recruiting years where we don't have the talent from Texas, and we lost a lot of recruiting battles from Florida. Well, at least we can count on, hopefully, a solid group from Ohio coming in. You guys in Michigan, you guys can't count on that. In fact, some of your best players actually were Ohio players. I mean, there's a long list. There's that documentary by HBO about, and I saw it on YouTube, that was, on the game, the rivalry, and it listed some of the top players that Michigan has. So, the Ohio. Now, when I was in college, and I took a class, it was football officiating and coaching and officiating. I know it sounds like a give-me class, and it was. It was really fun. And the football coach taught it. And the football coach said that the 5 best states to recruit from are Florida, Texas, California, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Those 5. Now, Georgia, may have snuck up and taken Ohio's place. I don't know, but Ohio's still pretty far up. It's a lot better than Michigan is. I mean, Desmond Howard, for example, he's one of your best players in recent history, and he's from Ohio. So those are my reasons, and hey, if it's up to me, I'd rather you guys just keep on losing and Ohio State just keep on winning. Stop with the excuses about the refs or paying players. That's ludicrous. And University of Michigan is not that much better of a school than University of Ohio State. It depends on what field you're going into, actually. And I'm not an Ohio State grad, but I do love the state of Ohio. The bottom line is Ohio wants it more. Ohio State wants that game more. And until you want it as much as we do, you guys aren't going to have a significant winning streak. You guys aren't going to win 2 times from 2001 to 2019. That's a historical streak you guys are losing. Are you willing to go 1-11? That one's against us. We were willing to go 1-11 if that one was against you. How far are you willing to go? How much are you willing to sacrifice to beat Ohio State? Ohio State's willing to sacrifice a lot to defeat Michigan. So that's Spoke 9. I gave you 3 reasons. I think they're the key reasons. Didn't really get into coaching. I think we've had better luck with coaching. I think the combination of Tressel and Urban and Day is definitely a better coaching squad than, what's his name? Brady, and then, Rodriguez, and then Carr was probably your best one, but then Tressel he had Carr's number, and then Harbaugh. So, Ohio State, I think, has had better coaches, at least better coaches for the rivalry, and you guys haven't done very good in bowl games this Harbaugh hasn't done good in bowl games, so coaching's could be fourth. See, if one of our coaches right now is 1-0-8 against, no, Harbaugh's not 0-8, he's 0-5 against Ohio State. Guess what? We would let him go. But you guys won't let Harbaugh go this year. You guys are happy to have Harbaugh. So, I'm not poking fun at you. I'm just explaining. Let's keep the reasons real. So, and I apologize for speaking slow. I'm not a very good speaker. Speaking faster, and I know I may bore people, but anyway, thank you very much. God bless you.